Another quick 3D printing video. I am actually running two printers at the same time for the first time ever, so I thought I'd film it. The Robo 3D here. I go up here. You can see the lack of filament there. This gold filament I've got with this printer off Craigslist years ago, and I've been slowly using it up, and it is nearly gone. What I'm printing is a name tag. At work we have lockers. They have name tags. They're gold with white border around it and white text with everybody's name on them. I never got mine. My manager actually put a post-it note with my name on it on the locker, which I thought was quite humorous and works for me. I know what locker's mine. I don't need a plastic name tag. But now that I've started working with these 3D printers, and he just happened last week to ask me if I ever got my name tag, because he obviously saw that it still has the post-it note that he put on there. And I told him no, they asked if I ever got it, and I replied I never got my name tag, and they never sent the name tag or replied to my email, so, you know, I was fine with that. And then I said to him, oh, hey, that's a good point. I'm working on 3D printing stuff. I can just 3D print my own name tag. So I found a name tag design on Thingiverse. It's actually a customizable sign where you can choose rounded corners, square corners, oval. You can choose several different fonts, the size, and it's all using the Thingiverse customizer. Or he's got instructions to actually modify it on your PC by loading some programs. I tried the customizer and it seemed to work okay. It actually put it out in 3 different pieces. The base, the border that goes around it while it's slightly inset, and then my name. So what I'm going to do is print the base in gold, and then I'm thinking I will print the border in black, and maybe my name in black as well, or maybe the border in white. The cool thing about that is you can print in whatever color you want, and while it's printing the top layer, it puts a little inset where the border, oval, and the letters of your name go, so you can print in different colors and just kind of set it on there and see how it's going to look. So my main worry right now is, do I have enough filament? I do not have a scale that's capable of weighing portions of a gram. So here I've got just the last remaining roll on the spool, pretty much. And if I look down here, it's over a third done, and that's not really a linear scale there. As it prints the solid layers of the bottom, it was moving slowly, and now as it's printing the cross-hatching infill, it's printing faster, so the bar is moving faster. So it's really hard to tell just by looking at the progress bar and the amount of filament left if I'm going to make it. If I don't, which I don't think I'm going to, I think it'll be close, I should be able to pause the print and swap a different color in there, and so it'll have a different color top, which sucks, but you know, whatever. If I really wanted to get this in gold, if I was that concerned, I could have printed the bottom half in something like black and then paused it when it did about this far and then switched over to gold. But I kind of wanted to use up this gold filament anyway, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, looking at it now, I just really don't think it's going to be able to do those top layers. So that's what that one's doing, and then if we hopefully not nauseously move over to this one is printing the interior for the spool holder, right? I printed the spool holder, there we go, biggest thing I've ever printed. It only took 6 hours, 15 minutes. I printed things on the Robo 3D that took longer than that, but never printed anything this big. I tried to print those on the Robo 3D one at a time, and they're just too big to print on the Robo 3D print bed. So I printed both of those together at the same time, so that worked out pretty good. It's made to hold a 1-inch inner diameter PVC pipe, and then your spool goes obviously in the middle. I don't have any PVC pipe on hand, and I did find a file to 3D print the centerpiece, so I'm just going to go ahead and print that. It's another valid test of the printer. It's testing Z height pretty well because I haven't printed anything this tall yet on this printer. So far I'm really impressed with the look of it. I did add a brim to the bottom, and it seems to be printing just fine. I did 4 perimeters, which basically means this whole thing is perimeters. So it's just circling all the way up. It's not doing any infill. It looks like it's got a really nice smooth finish on it, so I'm really happy with the way this printer seems to be working stock before I even modify anything. So that's what this one's doing. So yeah, it's still got my goofy temporary spool holder up there on top of the bookcase. Yeah, what can you say about that? Not the ideal situation. That brass bar slowly moves, walks its way out to the left, because if you can see, the extruder is not directly in line with that spool, so it's kind of pulling it a little bit to the left. So that brass bar is just kind of rotates its way out. So if you don't watch it after an hour and a half or 2 hours, it could conceivably come all the way out and the spool would crash onto the floor or bounce onto the printer. So yeah, I really want to get a spool holder for this. I am worried though that this one is not going to work, because just holding an empty spool up to it, it looks like it's going to hit that gantry over on the side right there. Like my table is just a little bit too small, either in width or in depth, because I don't think I can push that electronic box back far enough where the spool will clear that gantry. But again, it's okay. I don't mind if I waste the plastic and don't end up using the spool holder. It's still good practice on printing and getting the hang of this printer and making sure things are working right on the printer. So there we go. First time ever 3D printing 2 things at once. Kind of a bummer that neither one might work out exactly the way I hoped. Over here, yeah, we're almost halfway done now. But yeah, okay, well, I guess we're still not quite to the final layer of filament on that spool. Just about though. So yeah, this is gonna be really close. It's already started printing the top layer. It's got some of the letters are printing there. I did not put support for the 2 holes for magnets. Those are 2 holes that you can put glue magnets in, and then I can stick it to my metal locker instead of using adhesive tape. I thought that would be a cool thing to try, since I've never done a 3D print using magnets. So we'll see if that works. We'll see if any of this works. But just a quick video to show 2 3D printers printing in the same room. It is a little bit noisy with 2 printers going, but neither one is you know, all that really noisy. The Tevo seems to be more high-pitched noise, whereas the Robo 3D seems to be a bit lower pitched, which is mainly it kind of seems like the... No, actually, I don't know if that's the y-axis or the x-axis that's making most of the noise there, but yeah, anyway, 2 printers simultaneously in the same room. It's nice and toasty in this room from the heat of the heated beds, too. So wish me luck on this one. We'll see if that actually finishes before I run out of filament.